Should we ask somebody to check your temperature? Arnold, she never mentioned that to me before. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Lieberman, Provost Reed, fellow deans, faculty, staff, friends and family, and the graduates of the College of Business and Public Management, it's my honor to introduce your Winter 2018 Commencement Speaker. She is a fellow Leo, and like many of you, she was the first in her family to attend college. She saw opportunities in every challenge she faced. As a lifelong learner, she earned her bachelor's degree from Cal Poly Pomona by completing in 18 months the coursework that would normally take 3 years. She earned her MBA from the University of Verne and spent 5 years taking night classes to become an ordained minister. She grew up in the segregated South and marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. At an early age, she realized that being a radical puts you outside and you have to assimilate on the inside to make change. She recently received the Martin Luther King Jr. Drum Majors Award, an award that acknowledges and celebrates volunteers who perform extraordinary everyday acts of service with reliability and commitment, but seldom receive recognition. Our speaker does not only live the mission of the University of Verne, she also exemplifies what a successful graduate from the College of Business and Public Management looks like. After completing 2 years of technical school, she could not get a job as a secretary. Now, she employs 155 individuals, owns a company that generates $300 million in revenues, and have on her client lists the Department of Defense, IBM, Lockheed Martin, and Wells Fargo, among others. As a youngster, her dreams were to move to California, earn a college degree, and be the president of a company. I hope that you all realize your dreams. Graduates, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the President of Information Management Resources, Ms. Martha Daniels.
I am delighted this evening to be your speaker tonight for the University of Verne's College of Business and Public Management Winter Graduation Ceremony. Thank you, the trustees and Dr. Lieberman and Dr. Helou, for allowing me the honor to stand before your 2018 graduating class. I want to say to the graduates about my address the same thing that Elizabeth Taylor said to her sixth husband. It won't be long. On a serious note, I just really want to time this speech because I really only want you to remember 2 lifetime messages that I will leave with you tonight, rather than have you go away and remember that your keynote speaker never stopped talking. So to the 2018 graduates, our next generation of leaders, our inventors, our veteran officers, our veteran enlisted, our entrepreneurs, our professors, our mayors, our congressmen and women, our senators, our politicians, our presidents, our CEOs, our CIOs, our CFOs, our mothers, our fathers, our sons, our daughters, our grandchildren. To each of you individually and collectively, I want to challenge you tonight to give me your attention just for a few minutes, because I want to leave with you 2 important lifetime messages. It's simple as that. However, before I share these 2 messages with you, I must share with you the concept of reality. What do I mean about reality? I mean the real thing. In other words, facts. Today we are entertained by numerous reality TV programs, shows with programs that supposedly unscripted real-life situations like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Bachelor, Shark Tank, The Real Housewives of Orange County, Atlanta, New Jersey, Beverly Hills, and on and on and on. But one of my favorite reality TV shows is called Survivors. Now, Survivor is ranked as the #1 reality TV show, winning 7 Emmy Awards since 2000. And the reason I like Survivor is because the greatest asset this reality show has is the unknown. The real thing about this show is the ability to remind us that right when we think we got it all figured out, something will always surprise us. So the reality of this day is that you have indeed accomplished one of the major milestones in your life. The real thing, that is, can I make it real to you, is that something that some of you are the first in your family to receive a college degree. I heard that, so am I. The reality is some of you have made some incredible, challenging sacrifices, jumping over some hurdles in life to be able to proudly sit here tonight. It is a fact that some of you have worked and burned the candle at both ends, taking care of family while pursuing this degree. Oh, I'm sure that it's a reality that a few of you have made this journey and had to stop and start over again to get to the finish line. And I can guarantee you on this one that some of you out there shared the reality and the experience of financial challenges during your journey. So the concept of reality that I believe we all can agree on is that no matter how difficult, no matter what challenges we may have or may not have experienced, no matter what, when you look back over the journey, for each of you that are sitting here tonight, the reality, the real thing, the fact is, you did it. So I want you to give a high five to everybody on the left and the right of you right now and say, I did it. High five. I did it. You see, each of you have a story, and I'm not quite sure what your story is, but I can reflect over my story. When I was sitting in your chair receiving my day of reality, my fact day, I remember feeling a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment, and I remember saying to myself, I did it. That's why I had you to do that. I did it. Reflecting over the reality of my journey in life, I can remember my mother being a sharecropper's daughter, having to pick cotton every day, deprived of the right to go to school because her family had to pay for keeping the former plantation in Mississippi and pay for their keep. I remember while I was sitting there, being a little girl having to sit at the back of the bus because I was a Negro. I was a colored person. And we had to give up our seats to anyone who was not colored. I remembered having to drink from the dirtiest water fountains and using the filthiest restrooms because the clean facilities were for, in writing, posted before us, whites only. As I sat in my seat at the University of Verne in 1984, I reflected over my life, and I remembered how far I had come in life, successfully jumping over the hurdles of reality that I had lived through a fostered vast distinction between biases in humanity based solely upon the color of my skin. But as I sat next to my fellow classmates as you do today, who were of a variety of nationalities, who we had worked together on projects, equally had the opportunity to excel within our classes, reality truly set in. It was a fact that in that particular moment and time, we were all equal. We all had achieved a major lifetime milestone. We were all survivors. So tonight, February the 3rd, 2018, it is a fact that tonight is the night of reality. You're all beginning to start a new day, and the opportunities available to you are at and on a level playing field. The doors of success have been opened for you, and all you have to do is hold your head up high, pull your shoulders back, stretch out, and know that all you have to do is step forward and don't let nobody turn you around. See, when I reflect in my memory of my day of reality, I remember with tears in my eyes sitting in your seat that night because I was still dealing with the unknowns, the uncertainty of my next journey that I have to face. Knowing that it was just the beginning of a new journey, and even though I had accomplished this major milestone in my life, there were still uncertainties, the unknowns about the next journey. Oh, sometimes looking back can be painful, but it does indeed cause us to reflect upon who we really are. How far have we really come? And what impacts can we make on this world to improve upon justice, to bring about more equality, to further open doors for those who have not, and to pay forward, as Dr. Lieberman said, pay forward to ensure within our democracy that dreamers are given a chance to experience their dreams and become survivors too. And they too are allowed to continue to make positive contributions in this country, this great United States of America. As I felt some pain from the wounds of injustice, I remember saying to myself, Self, I will not live that history again. I remember beginning to hum an old spiritual freedom song. It was a song that I remember singing when I was 16 years old as a young girl in Memphis, Tennessee, as I marched with Dr. Martin Luther King in the Civil Rights March. The song was entitled, Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Round. So as I stand before you tonight, graduates, I encourage you and I emphasize to you that you are truly survivors. So now, it's time for me to give you those 2 lifetime messages. I want to bring this to a close. The first one, you've heard it 2 times. Don't let nobody turn you around. English teachers, forgive me. There are no guarantees for where you will land. Whether you are in entrepreneurship, a business manager, an academic professor, a politician, who knows what the career opportunities you may embark upon. However, there is one thing that is a clear reality, is that your education from the University of Verne has positioned you well for success. How do I know? You heard my bio. Please know that if you are not afraid to take the next journey and you embrace the belief that you are indeed a survivor, you will succeed. The reality is this fact, that there will be good days. There will be unexpected situations. There will be people that may not be fair or honest with you. There will be management challenges. There will always be people issues. But the most important thing to remember is to never give up. and to never let anyone discourage you or tell you that you can't do something that you believe that you can do. So the message tonight, now the fourth time you're hearing it, don't let nobody turn you round. Why? It's simple. I'm glad you asked. Because you are in control of your success. Your success is defined by you. Success is personal. It is defined by your dream, achieved by your desire, and measured by both. So in conclusion, the second message. I want to end the second message with a little bit of a story. There was a young girl who came home from college, and she was sad because she had tried out for the basketball and team, and she didn't make it. She and her roommate had a little fight, and they were a little angry with each other. And she had made a C in her English class, and in her history class. And she had some real disappointments to contend with. So when she got home from college that summer, she asked her mother to make her favorite dessert, which was a pound cake. So her mother began to pour in the flour in a large bowl. And then she cracked over some eggs, cracked them open, put them into the flour. And her daughter said, "Oh, Mom, I don't like eggs." She then asked her mother, "Why are you putting them in the cake?" Her mother continued to make the cake, and she added the butter, and she then added some milk. And her daughter said to her, "Mama, I don't like milk. Why are you putting that in this cake?" Her mother just looked at her, and her mother added the final ingredients and poured the cake batter into a pan and began to bake it. About an hour later, a beautiful cake came out of the oven. And her daughter was happy, and she ate several bites of this cake. And then her mother looked at her, and she said, "My child, when you take a little bit of this, and you take a little bit of that, whether you like it or not, and you combine it all together, then that's what makes something really good." So the message tonight is, there is a better you on the other side of this moment. As you go through life, you will experience some hardships. You will experience some joys. You will experience some mistakes, some success, some disappointments, and some encouragement. But when you put it all together and you mix all of those experiences up together, then you will find out that you will make you a better you. You're all survivors. It is a reality. You can achieve your dreams. So don't stop dreaming, because you can do it over again and over again and over again. God bless each of you, and I pray that you all achieve your purposes in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. God bless you.
Martha Daniel, we are better tonight because you are with us. Your message resonates with everybody in this room. We all thank you deeply. Thank you.